welcome Marc Warren.
Hello. Go easy on me. A lot of women.
You look like you could fight back.
Really?
What was going on there? Was that in Wanted?
Wanted, yeah. I was just about to punch James McAvoy in the face.
What had he ever done to you?
Well, we're training him to be an assassin, and I was... have you seen it?
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, no, it was amazing to do. Well, mainly because of her, Angelina, and...
Did you have a crush on her?
She's fit.
Oh.
She's fit.
She is my husband's top dream woman ever. That's all he ever talks about.
She's very
I mean, I can
powerful.
understand why he ended up with me, obviously.
Yeah, I can see the resemblance.
Has
Yeah,
she
more
got
like
that kind of
Aura.
X-Factory star quality
Yeah,
thing?
well, I mean, one thing I always say, I remember doing a scene with her where I was looking at her and there was a monitor next to her. And, you know, as you're looking at her, she's a very, you know, beautiful, sexy, powerful woman. And then, but when I looked in the monitor, there's just like this star. So that just the camera just does something
she's gorgeous.
amazing to her.
Does it to you too, Marc, I have to say.
Bless you.
No, it is. You know, you've done some fantastic stuff on telly, and
Thank you.
and you're great to watch, really.
Thank you.
That's enough creeping from me.
How are you enjoying being in the West End? Because although, you know, you've been working in TV and what have you for, what, 20 years now, but this is your West End debut.
It is, yeah. I started off in theatre and then I went into telly and then I hadn't done any theatre for about 7 years, and I did some at the beginning of this year, and I just thought it was time to go in. But it's hard, you know. But you know,
It's a fabulous play, though, isn't it?
It is,
yeah, because I've done it before, and of course you've got Diane Vickers, who of
Diana
course
Vickers,
sort of covered the X Factor, and she's apparently a great find as an actress.
She's absolutely amazing, yeah. And you've got to see her in it. I mean, you know, she's a completely natural actress straight off the bat. Never done it before. And but when she sings, it's just extraordinary.
How's she coping with all the different types of voices? Because obviously we know her from X Factor and she was very distinctive as herself. How's she coping playing the different roles?
Well, she's just a natural at it. I mean, they did train her, and we had people in who sort of taught her how to do Edith Piaf. But no, she's a complete natural. I mean, the first time I heard her sing, I was sitting in the rehearsal room, and I was sitting with an actor, Tony Haygarth, who, you know, and been in the business forever, you know, and both of us were in tears. It completely blew us away.
And your character's Ray Say, of course, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that character.
The Michael Caine part. And Leslie Sharp is playing the part that you played, Mari.
And what's for people who haven't seen either the film or the play, just explain what kind of character Ray is.
Well, Ray's he's a bit of a bookie, sort of, he looks after strippers. That's why I've got the tash and the side is. And I have all my hair dyed dark as well. And he comes into the household and he hears her singing and he decides he's going to make her a star, you know, and he kind of sees that as his way out of the pits, really, you know, and
So he's doing it for himself rather than for her?
Yeah, they all kind of are in a way, and you know, it's a very dark play as well. You know, you know,
the end is very
especially
dark,
the end.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
it really is. Yeah, it's very powerful, but it kind of touches on lots of things, and which is why it's so great to watch. You know, we've got another 3 months.
Criticism? You're talking about criticism?
Yeah, no, it's interesting, isn't it? Criticism. I mean, you know, I actually read the reviews of this. Normally, I don't read reviews, but I try and be, you know, use, I guess, you know, my heart as the judge of what I'm doing. If it was a very close friend who gave me some criticism, I'd listen to it, but I don't tend to listen to what the general...
Don't you find, though, that as an actor sometimes that even if you don't read reviews, there will always be a friend or somebody rings you up and goes,
tells you,
you're feeling OK about what?
Yeah.
About the dreadful review you had in the film.
Oh, no, people tell you.
Don't
I tell you what I find really hard, which I'm not used to, is the people coming backstage to see you in the dressing room. Because you do the show and you're quite, you know, you've given your all and I guess you're kind of vulnerable, aren't you? And then, you know, you're in work mode and then suddenly all these people come back and they're either really effusing or they don't say much.
It's horrible, isn't
it? It's when they don't say anything.
Or they say, well, I did like that bit. Yeah.
But do you think as you've got older, you've grown in confidence, you know more about yourself, you can, you know, it gives you that confidence, doesn't it?
Yeah,
really?
no, absolutely. No, I sort of rely on myself for that, yeah.
Do you know what I like about stuff that I've heard, that I've heard about you is that I think you have a sort of similar attitude that although you take your work very seriously and work very hard at it, you don't take yourself too seriously or the rubbish that surrounds the industry too seriously.
No. Well,
I've heard a few quotes from you saying that.
Yeah, well, no, absolutely, no. But you know, when I do it, I give it my 100%, but then there's a cut-off
All the
point.
showbizy, celebby stuff.
Yeah, but I think that stuff just destroys you, so...
It must be difficult for you because you do work with some beautiful women like Angelina and
Yeah,
all
it's
that.
hell.
Do you ever get crushes?
Yeah.
Do you? Have you
Yeah.
ever had a serious crush on anyone, either at school or, you know, older women crush? What I'm trying to get at.
Well, when I was... when I was 19, I actually went out with a 40-year-old woman for 2 years.
So did
Yeah.
Tim, his
Really?
mother's friend.
Yeah.
She used to go, why are you going to the pictures with Margaret?
I was at drama school at the time, but I left drama school to be with her because I figured I'd learn more with her.
And you obviously did.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
He's a very wise man. It's Marc Warren, everyone. That's all for today. We'll see you at 12:30 tomorrow. Bye-bye.